Hey guys, Desolator Magic here. Hopefully you actually see this video because I think I'm over the notification per 24-hour limit, although nobody really knows when it resets. Thanks, YouTube, but Mark did another one of those little cryptic spoiler teaser post things that I actually think generally are pretty cool. I don't usually like some of the items on it, but I think the idea of it is actually fantastic. He posted on his blog, and he posted on his blog because they like to fragment information as much as humanly possible. And then, hit subscribe because I take it and put it all back together in one place, my YouTube channel. But I've been warned that this one about Zendikar Rising is going to make me absolutely lose my shit. I'm sitting at about a 9 out of 10 on the anger scale just on the state of the 2021 future queue thing in Arena. So any information about Zendikar Rising is probably going to push me to a 10, maybe an 11. I think when it comes to the standard queue and the state of the standard meta right now, I'm at about a 26. So turn down your headphones and grab the popcorn. Let's jump into this one. Before previews for Zendikar Rising officially begin, I thought it would be fun to do... Just kidding. Mark wishes he sounded like that. I would do an impression of him, but honestly, it would probably come across as racist, so I'm just going to read it. It would be fun to do another of my duelist-style teasers where I give tiny hints of things to come. Note that I'm only giving you partial information. Speaking of partial information, I just realized the last sentence made no sense to people. Mark is Jewish. Anyway, here are some things you can expect. Number 1, a white creature that can make an opponent lose the game simply by attacking them no matter how much life they have. I literally want to die just reading that. I literally wish a meteor would strike Earth and end it just reading that sentence. And that's the first one. You know Mark designed that, okay? You know that Aaron approved that. And you know that other douchebag named Brian play tested it and didn't think anything was wrong with it or got overruled. Hard to say. So I'd say it's a non-respondable action, but technically you can respond to them being declared as an attacker when they pass to the next phase, not each individually. But when they individually declare it as an attacker, something would go on the stack, but it wouldn't start resolving until they finish declaring attackers. Anyway, not important. And the trigger that goes on the stack says win the game. But don't worry, guys, you can respond to it. And then when the stack resolves, you lose the game. Wow. And we're actually losing that card from the Simic Guild in the Ravnica sets where you can stop that. You can remove a triggered effect from the stack. I believe there's now left one card in the game, and I'm actually not sure that one survives rotation, that would stop this. Oh, well, the end the turn one would do it because it exiles the stack, but I think there's another one too. I don't know, it's bullshit. Nobody should have to resort to this. It's another kill it or lose creature. It's trash. I don't care what it is, what it says, what the condition is. Alternate win conditions are garbage. This card is garbage. Without even seeing it, I can assure you this is going to be one of the most hated cards in the set. Or it's going to be such bonkers ass impossible to meet conditions that nobody will bother to play it and it'll be a 25-cent bulk rare. Now, let's see. Those are the two options, okay? Broken card that wins the game instantly, or a card that everybody ignores and they might as well have not bothered printing. Those are the two options you have when they print alternate win cons. It's either an ignored garbage unplayable card, and maybe like a fun little draft gimmick, but whatever. You know, like Hedron alignment. Nobody in their right mind played Hedron alignment. I saw people try it, and, you know, God bless them, but damn, that ain't gonna happen. I had one dude beat me in one match with it on X-Mage, so, you know, there you go, achievement for you. But then you got Approach of the Second Sun, where it's just complete and utter ass cancer AIDS garbage that everybody wants to drop dead along with whoever designed it. So, Wizard, listen to me. Listen to me as hard as you possibly can. Your two options when you have an alternate win con are a bad thing and a slightly less bad thing. Stop printing them. How has this not occurred to any of you morons yet? That there is no upside to these cards. It is impossible for there to be a positive associated with this trash you keep throwing into the game that everybody supports with 36 cards of control. Just seriously, get a fucking clue. So anyway, number 2, a multicolor creature, because of course multicolored would be too correct of an adjective, that lets you repeatedly reanimate permanents. Are you kidding me? Out of your opponent's graveyard for no mana. Just fucking quit your job, Mark. Quit your fucking job. We all know you designed this horse shit. Quit your job and stop wrecking the fucking game. We have to deal with this shit until 2023. I hope that both of the cards you just described are some 12-cost unplayable pile of shit. That said, you can just free cast them. Nothing is going to stop these, let's be honest. These are probably mythics, they're the premier cards, and they're going to have to ban them. But they're not going to. They're going to have to ban it, but they're not going to. Remember, have to is a little bit of a vague thing to these idiots. It's a gray area. I mean, they look at like a 70% Eldrazi run Modern Tournament and say, well, maybe they'll adapt to it. Maybe you shouldn't have fucking printed the cards, assholes. So the next one, not that I even want to read the rest of these, 3 creatures with 5 creature types. How do you even fit that on a card in English, let alone German? What the hell kind of turtle, squirrel, druid, shaman, wizard bullshit are you printing? So that heavily implies maybe, I don't even know what to make of this, but that potentially this would be a tribal heavy set, which those are always shit. They just print like 6 Lords cards and they're like, what do you mean you don't want it to be 7/7s on turn 5? It's a tribal deck. So next, an artifact. Oh good, those will be in here. Granting +2/+2 to a subset of creatures that first appeared in Alpha. Yeah, it'll be a piece of equipment. It'll be in the Nahiri deck. We all know this. So an equipment double Lord card. Fantastic. $10 says it's humans. Next up, X being used for a variable it's never been used for before. Oh, goody. Well, remember, we've had loyalty because we have had Nissa, so it's not that. I think we've had charge counters. I'm thinking of like Chalice of the Void. I feel like he wouldn't have said it if it's just some bullshit like lore counters or knowledge counters or something. I literally have no idea what he's talking about, and still, just in the back of my mind, I have this spidey sense tingling telling me that this will be some overpowered horse shit. So I'm just going to say that that's going to be some kind of AIDS, cancer, Ebola hybrid card put together. God, this set is going to be trash. A 6/6 artifact creature that costs 3. Remember, everybody, Steel Overseer is still legal, and a 7/5 artifact creature that can cost 3. Great. I bet it's reduced by how many artifacts are in play or some bullshit like that. Well, it's not equipment. He said artifact creature. So a 7/5 for 3. Well, it's not a 12/12 with trample for 2, but it's still pretty bullshit. I'll be honest with you. Remember, anybody can run, well, colorless artifacts. He didn't say colorless, but I mean, it'd be weird if they weren't, but who knows? Actually, he said they want to do more colored artifacts, and I can't really jump to that conclusion, but still, I can jump to the conclusion that that is bullshit! Hopefully it's a 6/6 for 3 that says when this leaves play, you lose the game. I'd be fine with that. That would be wonderful. Oh, wait, we already know that switcheroo decks are going to be a thing. You know what? I take it back. They can't print anything at all now because they ruined the game so hard in the last 4 sets. So next up, the return of 4 mana symbols, or four mana symbols, it's hard to tell what he's saying here, that have each only ever been used on 2 cards before. Well, with all them whack-ass 4-color commanders, I'm not sure he even means... Well, then again, no, 2 cards before, that could be the commanders. Why is this a multicolored set? Let's start with that. So we're going to see a cycle of 4/4/4/4. Everybody's going to run max fixing, and it's all just going to be ultimatum decks. Great. Thanks for letting us know so we can get a head start on playing literally anything else. Appreciate the heads up, Mark. Thanks for designing such toxic horse shit. I hope you join one of the protests in Seattle, get arrested by the National Guard, and then spend the next 50 years in prison. If that's what it takes to get you to stop designing cards, I am 100% for it. So next up, we got lands that come with a choice you've never had before. Yes, it already leaked. It's double-faced lands. You pick the color. Okay, well, good surprise there, Mark. I wonder what that could mean. Next up, targeted enchantment removal in black. I was going to say that that's a violation of the color pie, but that would be red. I guess black just doesn't do it very often. I don't know. Maybe he said targeted because like that Farika's card is sacrifice and then it's their choice, I guess. Maybe that's a restriction in black that's always been there. I don't know. Huh. I mean, I know that black doesn't do much with enchantments, so that's actually kind of nice because we need enchantment removal like right now in the game in more colors, so that's fine. So one positive on this list of absolute torture. Great. A red-white creature with a line of rules text that starts with whenever and ends with draw a card. Yeah, that's what we needed. More unlimited free recurring mana-less card draw for the rest of the game in colors that do not need it or deserve it. Wonderful. That went so well last time you put it in white. Actually, literally nobody plays Mangara, but still Mangara shouldn't have been printed. Still. Next up, a card with 3 different activated abilities that all copy something. I'm trying to think if that would technically be Jace. I don't think that would be considered an activated ability, but I also do think that Mark would get that wrong. So, whatever that is, I don't want it. And now we just move on to snippets of rules text you'll see. One of them is just 3+. That could be anything. Different converted mana cost X or less. That's interesting. Equal to 20 minus. You should never encode a hard 20 in the game when you're almost definitely referring to the life total, because not every format starts with 20. I thought they've been over this because of Brawl, well, let alone Brawl, but also Commander. Hard 20s are not supposed to be allowed in the game anymore, unless it's that stupid bullshit like that Meteor, deal 20, whatever. I mean, that's just 20 for the sake of 20, but like 20 minus, I mean, it's obviously meant to be some kind of Death Shadow thing. I don't like that. Next up, cowards can't block warriors. Really? We're going to have cowards in the set, finally. Instead of just working at Wizards of the Coast. They're now going to be in the actual card game. Wonderful. Next up, here's one. Don't lose unspent red mana. Are you fucking kidding me? It better say between phases. And then occur during like the untap step where it actually makes sense, okay? If this is between turns, fuck this game. Next up, twice the number of equipment. Yes, we know, you literally already leaked the card. It's Nahiri. Next up, if it's the third time, so obviously that's the white card. They're just reprinting that stupid bitch from the Demir Guild. You attack 3 times, you win the game. There you go. I just solved the puzzle. Give me the prize, Wizards. What do I win? A get out of net decked match free card? Give me something for solving it. Now he says, and finally, here are some creature type lines you'll see. Mouse, oh boy, Leviathan Crab. Good, I love a good Leviathan Crab. Shapeshifter Rogue, those are always cancer. Demon Cleric, that makes sense. Worm Horror, spelled W-U, which is weird. Hydra Horror, now that cannot possibly be something good. Cat Horror, that I gotta see, I approve that 100%. And Angel Wizard, okay, that I'm actually interested in. That sounds pretty dope. We still haven't seen Monkey Baby Puppy, still looking for that one. Although, recall, he did say 3 creatures with 5 creature types that somehow will fit on the card. I have my doubts. If they go to 2 lines and make the type bar wider, you can't jump the shark any harder than that. Somebody actually theorized in the comments that the white creature that wins instantly will have to have like an enormous amount of equipment attached to it. Like if you attack with 5 or 6 or 7 attached equipments, then you just win the game. I mean, that you're thinking reasonable. That would be very reasonable. Still just comically unstoppable. If they're going to hit you with 7 equipment attached, they're probably going to win the damn game anyway. Like, at that point, why even bother unless it's like some dumb flavor win bullshit, which I could tolerate that, but I think it's going to be batshit crazy. It's probably going to cost 1. It's probably going to be unblockable, and it's probably going to say, if you swung with this creature 3 times already this game, then you win, or whatever the hell he said below. Other people are suggesting the 4 mana thing might have been interpreted differently as like an adjective phrase and literally mean like double hybrid, kind of. I don't know if we've ever seen that, actually. We've seen like black/2 colorless. We've seen that, but I don't know if we've seen like hybrid red-black and then hybrid green-white or something, which actually would make it pretty flexible. Unfortunately, I wouldn't quite like that. I will tell you, it'll benefit sealed or draft if it's a good card, but it would be pretty toxic for constructed. Now that we somewhat know that there's going to be double-sided cards in the set, I think the white insta-win card will be if it flips over, and the flip condition will be utterly outrageous. But there's ways to artificially flip cards for like nothing in Modern, so I don't know. Somebody else thinks that the white creature is going to, when it attacks, drop a poison counter on the opponent. They fucking better not, is all I'm going to say. Mark has wanted Infect back in the game in Standard since forever, and literally 0 members of the community. I have never seen anybody sincerely, honestly say they want it back. I have heard everybody say the opposite. So the entire community, all 10 million, even though it's way lower now, active players, want them to not bring Infect back, but Mark wants it back, he said. I hope whoever runs the simulation that we're all living in just deletes Mark tomorrow. He's gone from the entire timeline. He never existed. We don't even remember who he was. Wait, who did that? That's a sci-fi thing. Oh, the Chrono Troopers from Red Alert 2. Yeah, the Chrono Legionnaires. They used their little beamy gun and they erase stuff from the timeline, and then it's as if it was never built in the first place or something. There you go. Hit Mark with one of those. He's actually reaching critical mass on collapsing into a smug, self-important black hole of douchitude, which I believe would send him back in time, so that might actually do more damage. I don't know. I don't know my quantum physics that well. So just with the first two lines, this set's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be an absolute shitstorm. Everybody's going to hate it. It's going to ruin the game, and we're going to be waiting 2 years for this shit to cycle out or get banned. So wonderful. I'm really looking forward to this. I know the 2021 queue is just getting me so much more excited for 252 cards to be added to it. Because we need to shake the gas can and pour more fuel onto this dumpster fire. It's not bad enough already. I mean, Hasbro hasn't gone bankrupt yet, have they? There is still room to do more damage. So anyway, I hope this absolutely ruined your entire day and your entire year of 2021, because it literally will when this comes out. And I will see you guys next video.